Minecraft just released their 1.21.120 update, and it added some really suggested features such as Java inventory hotkeys and being able to minimize your game without it kicking you. These two things are awesome, but besides that, this might single-handedly be the worst update in all of Bedrock Edition. Let's start off with your files getting deleted. I really wish I was joking. On October 28th, 2025, Minecraft released the 1.21.120 update. This update changes the game's files from the UWP version of the game to this new GDK version of the game, but a massive issue came with it. This update deletes everything. So for some reason, the game doesn't transfer your packs over to the new version, and you can't access the old game files upon updating, so it's game over. Some people's worlds, including mine, also got deleted upon updating. Why are we doing this in 2025? Why are they now just changing the file location on PC? Why did they not make it clear to anyone outside of very dedicated players that this was going to happen? Now okay, from a technical standpoint, I get it. UWP essentially got discontinued in 2021, and it wasn't going to receive updates. But I feel like your files should have transferred over properly, or there should have been a notice. Even if people could access the game's old files, things would be a lot better. It also didn't help that people's games crashed in the old version, or their games literally wouldn't get past the Mojang Studio screen, and it forced them to uninstall the game to download the new update. Day 1 was a mess too, since the update didn't even show for most people, plus the Microsoft servers going down the next day made people forget about this update. This update honestly feels like it's trying to mirror the pain Xbox players had to go through in 2022. To quickly recap, 3 years ago, they released an update that switches your files to the GDK version, and it either deleted your worlds making them not show up in the game at all, or they would show up but corrupted. It seems like they haven't learned a thing. Additionally, other minor things carried over such as annoying changes with chat, but I'll talk about that later since there are bigger problems. App data /Minecraft Bedrock /users. This is the new file path for the game, but for some reason the new game files are a lot less convenient, being split into 2 file paths. One file path contains Minecraft PE, Minecraft Worlds, and skin packs, while the other contains literally any resource or behavior packs. Ladies and gentlemen, we figured out the problem. The update just did not transfer any of your packs to the shared folder. Now okay, it's not as bad as losing your worlds, but this is still incredibly damaging to pack makers. So you know, with people's packs getting deleted because of this file switch, they also made it harder to add them back into the game, I guess? Importing packs literally does nothing now, which was one of the many pros with playing this game on computer. Now you have to close the game every single time you want to import a pack. Why? Importing multiple packs takes forever since you literally have to do them one by one and sit through the game loading each time. But that's enough with the file switch, because how does the actual game run? Oh my god, I'm so done. I'm actually so done with this game! What are we doing?
Why does it take up 63% memory? I can't use a freaking mouse anymore! I can't! Look, this times me out! This times me out! This times me out! Bro, what is up with this game? And it's all pink! It's all pink! Goodbye, chat!
Okay, how do I even begin with the performance? The performance itself seems to be different for everyone. A small amount of people say the game runs fine, while the majority agrees of some performance loss in a way. This is me literally running around in the hub. Look how bad the lag is. It's like I'm trying to run the game on a toast. Why does the game take up this much memory? This game is so cooked. Unfortunately, it isn't known what's causing this to happen. I've heard some people say it's an issue with improved input response, which some of the community has on. And while I believe it does fix the lag a little bit, I've had these intense frame drops when the toggle was off for me. For me, it was a one-time occurrence, so I think it's too early to know why this is happening. But either way, for a majority, there has been some performance loss in a way. But even if the game is playable, pink glitches back. Remember to use recommended texture limit toggle that they added? They removed it recently for some reason, so now I've been getting pink glitch after playing on a server for 2 hours or less. My game also immediately crashes whenever I'd simply full screen, leave the server, or interact with anything involving the new UI such as the achievements menu. But oh boy, things are worse this time, because apparently as soon as you load the game, pink glitch is there. Do your game textures not get deleted after closing the game? What is even going on anymore? Even if you're somehow immune to pink glitch, you might encounter this glitch where your textures are completely randomized. How does this even happen? I don't get it. Now I haven't been able to recreate pink glitch after just loading the game or the textures getting switched, so if anyone has any video of this happening, please send it in my Discord server. Link in the description. Okay, wait, I lied. I happened to get ping glitch after I just loaded the game. Just watch the clip. As I was editing this video, Minecraft released the 1.21.121 update on November 5th, 2025. This update claims to fix issues discovered in the last update, but they fixed nothing I've talked about and did something that makes this game almost unplayable for me. It doesn't matter if you're in full screen or not, whenever you look around in-game, the cursor moves with you. You guys see what I mean by them mirroring Xbox pane? This exact thing happened 3 years ago, but it gets worse because the very edge of my cursor goes onto my second monitor ever so slightly, as you can see with this video. So whenever I'd do anything like build or PvP, I'd keep clicking on my second monitor, pausing my game, and sometimes messing up what's on my second monitor. Why? This game is genuinely unplayable for me. Even if you don't have a second monitor and you're playing on one screen or on a laptop, this will still happen because of the top and bottom of your screen. I hate that them fixing a bug on Windows where resuming the game with the task manager opened caused the cursor to stutter at the center of the screen, which mind you is a very specific bug, caused the entire update to be unplayable. If this happened on Java Edition, it would get fixed immediately. This update makes me so upset. Did they even test this update out? You also can't downgrade anymore. For some people at least. Before, if you downgraded, your game would eventually stop working to make you download the new update, but now you can't even open the game until you install the update. Apparently this is what happens when you try downgrading now. Now let's talk about the UI. The UI changes they've made earlier this year sucked, and the changes that came with this update suck too. The new pause menu sucks. They changed the settings menu to a small button below everything, moved the marketplace button up, and replaced the players list with the socials menu. This entire screen messes with muscle memory since people will be clicking the marketplace button now. What's worse is if you're pausing the game, the one thing you'd want to do is to change your settings. Besides save and quit. It should not be a small button below everything. The old pause menu was so much better as you can easily change your settings and Microsoft can promote the marketplace. Speaking of the marketplace, on your own worlds, the marketplace button is replaced with a browse add-ons button. The problem with this though is you'd have to go back to the main menu to install the add-on you bought anyway, so there's little point of this button existing, especially being the prominent thing when you pause the game now. There's also the socials menu. It's pretty much exactly how it was before, but with their new UI and it's hidden away instead of always showing. I'm not a big fan of this because it adds extra steps. For example, if someone was griefing your world and you want to make them visitor, you'd have to pause the game, wait 2 seconds because there's a delay, click on this button and then make them visitor. Back then, their permissions was next to the name and you could easily make them visitor. Besides these complaints, the pause menu does look better, and they reverted the UI for inviting people, which was one of the most annoying things I talked about in my UI video. But when you want to invite someone to your world, it loads absolutely every possible username, loading potentially hundreds of results at once, which takes roughly 30 seconds, which in the end only shows 5 results. It also shows the achievements button, which is nice since before it was hidden away in your profile menu. Although another thing is it says I've played for -1 hours. I don't know, man, I guess I somehow messed this up too. But that's not all, because they added an annoyingly large space in the settings menu. A few updates ago, they did this with the sections, but now they did it with everything. They probably did this to make it easier to change your settings on mobile, which makes sense, but on PC and console, it's a lot more annoying to browse. They should have just made the UI bigger for mobile players, or at least make it so you can scroll faster on PC or console. Let's talk about some other things that makes this update worse. You have to press enter every time you want to be in typing mode now. Maybe they're trying to match Xbox, but to me it just ruins the flow of typing continuously. When you try to open the game now, it opens a separate application before launching the game. Loading the game now feels like a 2000s Microsoft application, but it's not really a problem. What is a problem though is the game doesn't show up properly in game capture on OBS, and when I minimize on window capture, it freezes my recordings. These two things will affect anyone trying to record gameplay. Even though there are a lot of negatives with this update, like I mentioned at the start of this video, they added 2 really suggested features that are huge for Bedrock Edition. So let me go over the pros. The first pro is Java inventory hotkeys. Items can now be transported to hotbar slots using the corresponding hotkeys, and hotbar hotkeys also work on hovering over output slots, which is great for quick inventory sorting. The second thing is you can now minimize your game without it kicking you from the world. This had to have been one of the most annoying things about Bedrock Edition, as if you accidentally tabbed out or happened to take a screenshot, the game will minimize and it would kick you from the world, so you'd have to rejoin. So in conclusion, what a mess of an update. Yes, there are some good things with this update, but the cons definitely overweigh the positives. The amount of cons with this update will probably be remembered forever. I hope this video brings some of these cons to light so that they could get changed. Now if you want to see a video where I ramble some more, click here.